Put a sign on your door. Let everybody know. Don't just be like, I'm on my self-care. Boom, shut the door and don't nobody know. Hey, I am back. Okay, so we're gonna do this again, but I'm promising you all super low key that today is not like a true like big get ready with me. I even got a nice little mirror. I won't be using it today for some reason because I am today is a huge errand day for me. I am on my way out this weekend to Mom's summer camp. And so I wanted to talk to you all because, number one, thank you all for being so supportive in the last video. I'm going to tell you what the true sign that you all were listening and that the message resonated was nobody was worrying about the fact that I was doing makeup. And I appreciate that because that's not what I'm trying to do. But what I'm hoping to do with these, I won't just do them when I'm getting ready, but I will do them also like with crafting ones. It's just right now I can't do it with those. I meant to do this off camera. Hold on. So I do have a topic for today. Originally, I'm going to tell you what my original topic was going to be because I have it coming up and I want you all to kind of think about it, right? Hold on. But I'm not going to do it because I don't have enough time. But I want you to think about it and let it like marinate. And I'd love for you to tell me in the comments if there's something you want me to add to the topic, if you have a question about the topic, or something that you want me to go in a little bit more depth. I have a feeling the same thing that happened last time is going to happen today. Oh, I have a feeling. So, the topic that I'm going to discuss next time, I was at church, and one of the points that the pastor made during, or a guest preacher made during his talk was this. It was how to reclaim symbols of your pain into symbols of your purpose. Reclaiming the symbols of your pain into symbols of your purpose. And man, that topic right there, afterwards, this is all I'm going to talk about it, but because I want to give you the groundwork and I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it. And I want you to tell me in the comment section if you have questions about it, if you want me to talk about a specific aspect of it other than just a general conversation. I will go into detail about how I see that particular topic, and I know I'm going to talk about that next time. Today, what I wanted to talk about, because I only have a few minutes, is this thought of, you hear about self-care all the time, right? And sometimes I feel like you almost hear it too much. I guess you can't ever really hear it too much, being that a lot of people don't do it. But I think, you know, it can get excessive. But I want to talk about self-care in the sense of how we do it. Like, we all now know the importance of it, right? But it's this thought of, how are you taking care of yourself? It's coming to me because I'm going off to Mom's summer camp. And every year I make sure, because the mirror's here. Every year I make sure if I do one thing for myself, I do this. I don't care if I have to save up $5 here, $5 there, $10 here, $10 there. Because when you self-employed, it's like that sometimes. Like, you can't get into some funds, but your discretionary funds maybe. So I make sure for probably the past, I want to say it's been like 6 or 7 years, but to me that part really, it doesn't matter. The point is that, how are you taking care of yourself? And you know, I do stuff on a regular basis, but this is like the big thing. And here's why I think it's important. You know, we get lost in the sauce. We get lost in life. Like, it's easy. Y'all, I've been out of town, and so nothing is where it should be or where I want it to be. Hold on. And so I'm digging here. I'm trying to make it happen, but I'm digging here. I had to, side note, leave unexpectedly to go look after my mom, to make sure my mom was okay. She had an accident, and it kind of just made, it was one of those you drop everything and you leave moments. So my whole week was kind of thrown off because it was a long trip. And so anyways, so this mom's weekend is coming at a great time because my life is crazy. It's so crazy in a good way, but it's crazy. So anyways, the reason why it's important to take care of yourself is because you are, let's think about a tree. You are the mass of the tree of your life. You are the trunk. If your feet are not securely planted in the ground with your roots going extremely deep and strong and healthy, and those roots going down deep. I hope you're visualizing this, where the roots go down deep, and when the roots go deep, they spread wide so that they can grab life from beneath the ground, grab water and nourishment. And I'm not I don't do trees, but I know I'm on to something. And this concealer right here, baby, it will dry and you'll look like a raccoon. And so you are the trunk of your life. You're the one that ensures that the leaves and the branches are healthy, and that they are vibrant, and that they are alive, and that they are producing fruit. Well, no, I'm not going to say that they're producing fruit, because God is the one that manifests the fruit in your life. However, you have to ensure that your trunk is healthy. You have to ensure that your situation is solid, and your life is honestly in order. And sometimes when I go do these trips, it's not always just about going on a vacation. Sometimes it's about going, it's really not a vacation, but it kind of is. It's about unplugging. The place that I go to is out in the country, and I've talked about it before on my channel. I think for the past 2 to 3 years, I've done a little vlog, and I'm hoping to do a vlog this time too. But it's a way for me to untap. And what is so kind of comical and funny about it is that this particular place, because it's out in the country, internet really doesn't work. Like, they have internet, but it's very shoddy. It's not reliable at all. And cell phones work. Well, my particular cell phone work, but it's not as clear, of course. And but you can get text messages. So like I talk to my husband a couple times, not a lot, because he really respects when I'm out there that I'm kind of there to regroup. So he checks on me, ensuring that I'm not trying to work or do client work, stuff like that. And if there's any emergencies, that they can contact me, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it's really about getting away and unplugging, and I can do all of something or all of nothing, and that is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And so with that said, it doesn't mean that you have to get away to do it. I can give some suggestions of ways that you can do it right now in your life. But what it does mean is you've got to find a way to do it. Now, I respect, like, when people say, a bubble bath and all of that. I guess because I live in a situation where we work from home, we live at home, everyone lives under the same roof except for my oldest son. And so getting in a bathtub, let me tell you something. The way my family worked, they would be done all and sat right outside the door trying to talk to me, except for one son that he just wouldn't. He would just do his own thing. So it's not just about taking a bath. I think sometimes it takes me at least it's got to be at least 48 hours for me to get the full benefit of it. And the reason why is because usually it takes you like 12 hours just to kind of unwind and realize that, hey, I'm on a trip. Like, I got some downtime, some me time. And then after that 12 hours, then that's when you kind of get in your little groove of, I'm looking for my, hold on, y'all. I promise you, I got this little setup, so when I do this next time, it could be a little more organized. You can see me in the thing. Yeah, I didn't do it today because I wasn't expecting to do it. So I would say if you can do it for at least 48 hours. And before I go, for me, I know what I want to do while I'm away. And even if it's nothing, I still know, because sometimes I've gone, and I know it's got to do with my personality. I've gone, and if I have nothing planned, I feel like I didn't have a good time. Because I can't remember doing anything. And if I only sleep, then it's almost as if my work schedule and my life schedule at home took over my time at my break. Does that make sense? So what I would say to you is, if you can, try to get away for at least 48 hours. If you really, really can, even if you got to save up to do it, I'm going to tell you how to pick the place. Pick you a place that is not easily accessible by people that you know, or even if you stay in town, because I even do it sometimes in town. What I do is I don't tell anybody where I'm going except for my husband and my kids. And I know, because they know I'm better when I do it, that they're not going to bother me. Pick you a place where they have some sort of food already provided. One of my favorite places in town, they do a huge breakfast in the morning, and I just love it. And so what that does is it means that for one of my meals, I'm being catered to. You know, yes, I have to go downstairs and get it, but that's okay. That's just fine, right? And make sure it's a place where you can order takeout. The way that you do it affordably is find a meal that you like and find a place that has a refrigerator, so that, for example, what I always do, y'all, because I'm bootleg sometimes, I'll go to the place. They have a really nice big breakfast, and usually because they have a huge breakfast, I don't want anything else in the midday. I always bring my own snacks, so I have my own water and coffee. Sometimes I may have wine, and then I have a huge breakfast that they have there. I find a place that's affordable. Find a place, if you can, that already provides some sort of meal, like a breakfast or some sort of manager's hour or something like that. The place that I really love that does that is like Embassy Suites with a Hyatt Hilton brand. La Quinta Inn, I think they're considered an inn. They always do a nice size breakfast, fruit, hot, cold. Reason why I'm saying this, because this cuts down on your cost, and it cuts down on what you have to think about. And so then I usually will try to find something that I want to do. Some people want to do nothing. You may want to find a place that you can go get a massage or a manicure, pedicure. That is not like the thing that I look for. I look for just some silence, which I will add music to it, and some alone time to be able to think and just kind of process and just be kind of on my own. And I will take a project, you know. Sometimes I'll go and I'll do a workshop with myself. I'll do, like this time, I'm taking a lot of my art journaling supplies because I want to just do some simple stuff. I have some knitting that I'm taking with me. And so I do this just to kind of refuel, to ensure that my tree trunk is secure and that it is strong and that it is healthy. And there's even been times where I'll take nothing but a journal and I have different prompts that I want to work on, or I take different audiobooks that I want to listen to. And I turn that into like a workshop. So instead of going to an event where there's a facilitator, it's like I'm my own facilitator. If I want to start, I start. If I want to stop, I stop. And the reason why I wanted to say this is because I think a lot of times when you see retreats, there's these lavish retreats that go on. I mean, I host retreats. So I know that sometimes those you can get stuck on the price, right? But if you do it for yourself, you know the time, you know the budget. And if you find a place, especially where you can book it, and all you got to do is give them your card or your bank card number, and they don't bill it until you actually check in, or 24 hours before you check in, then that means you can set the date, book it, get everybody in your life on plan, and then save up your money to take care of it and make sure that and when you go, get stuff that really makes you happy. Pick the foods that you like to pick. Go to the places you like to go to. And it doesn't have to be this $1 million thing. It can literally be $100. Or it can literally be, if you go to a place like, let's say, La Quinta Inn in your area, it may be $79 a night, $89 a night. They already give you breakfast. You can order you can go get you a $5 Little Caesars pizza, have half for lunch, half for dinner, get you, whatever drink or beverage. It's literally that simple. But I think it's important, especially for women, to do. And so as I do this, I do it every year. I'm supposed to be getting ready, y'all. I'm messing up my time, y'all. Messing up my time. Another reason why I think it's important is because in the window of life, it's sometimes hard to hear yourself think. And the place where I go, and for this retreat, the internet does not work. I think I usually try to post at least maybe once or twice if I can. But if I can't, it's okay. And the only reason why is because it's usually always beautiful. Like last year, I did horseback riding. I did not do any outdoor activities. This time I'm doing all indoor activities, plus the things that I'm bringing with me. And so all of this is to say, find a way to take care of you. How can you do that? I mean, if you can't do it today, if you can't do it within the next month, like this quarter, this is July, before you get into this hustle and bustle of holidays, when can you set aside a time? A day, 2 days preferably, right? Like a check-in Friday, check-out Sunday is always what I prefer. And have a way to take care of you. Find a way to refuel, find a way to reconnect, find a way to pour into yourself. I remember one time, and I think this will be the last one because I gotta go. One time I went on one of these retreats, and I literally went onto YouTube and I found one of my favorite preachers, and I put together a playlist of some of her sermons. And then what I did, I hate that this does that. I'll get it later. Then what I did is I would listen to a sermon. I would take notes. I would sit and journal about what I learned. I did some journaling in my Bible journal, art journal. And then when I'm there, y'all, I don't hardly talk to anybody. Even at Mom's Summer Camp. I talk to people at meals because that is a social time. But I literally walk around with myself. And because I've been there so long, I know a lot of people that go there. So the great thing is a lot of the women there are there for the same thing, and they respect your personal space. So we interact and socialize during mealtime, and we interact and socialize during the social hours. But after that, like, I'm like out of there. This is like Dana time. And if I want to go to sleep, I go to sleep. If I want to stay up late, which I normally do because late at night I have books that I want to read. Y'all, this is it. This is it. Then I do that. And so find some time between now and the holiday season to have some time for you to just refuel, to give back to yourself, to give yourself some time to think about what do you want for the rest of this year. You know, what are some changes? A lot of you posted about, you know, that you needed to do some time to get back to you, and how are you going to do that if you don't take the time to identify what that is and how you're going to do it? And it's not that difficult, but it does take intention. You have to be intentional. That's what word I wanted to say. You've got to be intentional, because if you're not intentional, everybody that's around you, even if they're good, if they have good intentions, will determine and define that space of time for you. If you don't do it, they will. Even if it's out of the kindness of their little sweethearts, they will do it. And so I'm taking this time. I have my journaling. I have some things that I want to do. And I just want to have just a time to unwind. And really at the end of the day, you want that space of time to be a time when your only concern and your main concern is taking care of yourself. And the closing thing I will say is that can sound super selfish, right? Like, I ain't worried about nobody. I'm just worried about myself. Tell them Dana said you can do it. Dana said it. Be selfish. Think when you're selfish, you give a whole, not all the time, right? Yeah, let's do it within moderation. Like potato chips. When you do it when you're selfish in this time, you give a whole healthy version of yourself that loves you, that loves others, to everybody around you. And we all win that way. We all win when you are in that space and you're taking care of yourself. Y'all, I don't even know if I've been in frame all the time. I hope if this has been for you, y'all know what to do. Put it in the box. Say, hey girl, that was for me. And if you're going to do something, okay, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm so super. Who grandma used to do this? Mine. Vaseline went from your head to your feet. These are some cute black girls rock earrings. Tell me how you're going to do it in the comment section. Tell me if you have anything you want me to cover specifically concerning repurposing your symbols of pain for your symbols of purpose. Tell me in the comment section. It may be another get ready with me, because I have a couple of things. Let me show you, and then this is going to be it for real. My daughter, she went to a, what is it called? A makeup show. And she bought me these palettes, because I've been saying how I want to work on just like getting a real, like, simple makeup looks that look nice, that look like I tried, versus like this is my everyday, just but like here, and being able to do some like simple smoky eyes. So just talking to you and playing in my makeup would be pretty cool. So with that said, tell me in the comment section. Let me know how you are going to take care of yourself. If you can get away between now and the holidays, let me know how you think you are going to do that. And if you cannot, this will be the last thing. If you cannot get away, finances, kids are too young. I think that's where the things like bubble baths and all of that come into play. For me, it's not that. For me, it's like in between these, I go and I get my nails done. Now, I don't go and do enough and see enough people to where my nails being done or not done is just so important. But what I do is I go, and when I go, I only let this particular person do my pedicures, because I know it's going to be a relaxing situation, and I'm going to be so relaxed. And yes, my toes are going to be painted, but it's about the experience and getting out. When I go, I stop, I get my favorite coffee, I go and I stretch out, and if it takes me an hour, if it takes me 2 hours, if it takes me 3 hours, that's just what I do for that day, and I don't rush it. When I leave there, I go to one of my favorite places and I go get me some lunch. So by the time I've had a half a day to kind of refuel and reboot, I don't listen to them at the place. I usually have an audio book or music, and I listen to my music, and I just have a good old me time. And that's a way that you can do it. Another option would be is to have it within your house. Maybe you just have it in your room, and you just kind of commandeer your room. Get you some candles, put a sign on your door. Let everybody know. Don't just be like, I'm on my self-care. Boom, shut the door and don't nobody know. Let them know so that they can support you. Most people in our lives want to support us, and we don't tell them how they can do it. And so that's how they can support you, and that's how you can support them, right? So that's what I want to, right now is that's what self-love and taking care of yourself means to me. And I hope that you'll do it, and I hope that this has been helpful. So tell me in the comment section how you're going to do it. If you have suggestions, tell your girlfriends in the comments, say, hey sis, here's some ideas to do it affordably. Here's how I love to do it. That's another good thing we would love to hear. And from there, I will be back on the next one talking about the repurposing of your pain into, or changing the symbols of your pain into symbols of your purpose. Y'all ready? I hope y'all liking this, because even if y'all not. So y'all, this is it. Ain't nothing special, spectacular. I have this head wrap on. Because it's hot. It's that kind of heat that make you want to make sure you live right. Because baby. So I'm out of here. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel, tell people that you know, share this video. The more that we are whole, healthy, happy, living in joy, vibrant, the more we give others permission around us to do the same. And baby, when we do this together, y'all, it's going to be off the chain, right? It's really going to be off the chain. So, you take care of you until we get back together. I'll see you all hopefully sooner than later. Take care. Goodbye.